Welcome to the lesson, Perform Effective Online Communication. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to define netiquette, explain the importance of netiquettes in online communication, and list the do's and don'ts of online communication and file or data sharing. Let us watch how netiquette plays an important role in our day-to-day online communication. Neil and Maya are old school friends who have just met after many years. They talk about good old times and exchange their phone numbers before parting while promising to stay in touch. Don't you think Neil should have asked Maya's permission before adding her to the WhatsApp group? Shouldn't Neil have thought about the correctness of such a claim before forwarding it to the other groups? Don't you think Maya was quite rude even though Neil was at fault in forwarding a message with false information? Maya and Neil's online communication was not much of a success, was it? Where did it go wrong? Well, the underlying problem here is that they both lack proper online netiquettes. But what is netiquette? The word netiquette is made up of two words, internet and etiquette. While etiquette is defined as a set of rules for polite behavior in society, netiquette is the digital version of it and refers to etiquette on the internet. The key to exercising proper netiquette is to remember that the people with whom you are communicating cannot see you, read your body language, or hear the tone of your voice. Simply put, netiquette includes certain do's and don'ts of effective online communication. Always think before sharing any data or file or writing any online content. Follow the think and act process. Think before communicating online. Ask yourself, is it true? Check the authenticity of the content before sharing it. Is it helpful? Check how informative or important the content is for the people you're sharing it with. Is it inspiring? Check whether the content is interesting enough to get the required response from the people you're sharing it with. Is it necessary? Check whether the content has to be shared or can be avoided. Is it kind? Check whether the content is polite in nature and ensure that it does not hurt the sentiments of others. Act responsibly while communicating online. Do not send heavy attachments, especially without informing the recipient about it. Avoid capitalizing words to emphasize on some point. Respect other people's time. Do not forward bulk or repeated messages, and always use simple language and complete sentences while communicating. Always do the right thing. Never share any data without permission, and also do not use offensive or derogatory language. Keeping these facts in mind, let's see how we can communicate better with each other by applying netiquettes. Here, we can clearly see that Neil does not blindly forward the content that he receives. He checks the facts first and then informs the other group members about its lack of authenticity in a polite manner without creating any bitterness.
Let's look at how Neil demonstrates netiquette while sharing files and data with Maya.
In this scenario, Neil knows that there are multiple reference material documents and so the attachment would become very heavy. He simply uploads the files on WeTransfer and shares the link to the uploaded files to avoid spamming Maya's inbox. The various scenarios clearly reveal certain do's and don'ts of online communication. Applying netiquette skills calls for some important points to remember. How you observe netiquette while using various online communication tools has the maximum influence on the effectiveness of your communication. So always think before you communicate. Act in a responsible manner to have the most effective impact every single time. Now that you know the importance of netiquette, let's go ahead and try different scenarios to gain better insight into the concept and acquire the desired skills.